think.
You do what?
It might be a little bland, a little light. I don't think I made it very strong.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got good taste.
Oh.
It's great. I get energized by this a little bit. That's a nice little ice machine.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas.
I like the little ice it makes.
I got it from Brent for Christmas.
That's a nice gift. That's a nice gift.
Yeah, it works out well.
It comes in handy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard the hum?
The what?
The hum. You've never heard it?
What's the hum?
I started hearing it about between 3 and 4 years ago. And you only hear it at night between hours of about 1 and 5 or 2 and 4. Only at night. It's a humming noise.
Down in Detroit?
Then it goes down. Then it comes back up. Then it goes down. You've never heard that. And it's a real low register. But you've never heard it.
Between what times?
I say between 2 and 4
a.m.?
Yeah. It's always in. I've never heard it in the daytime.
Well, for one, I'm always asleep at that time, so no.
And it's woke me up before. But you've never heard it.
Well, I live not close to you, so...
No. People hear it in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard it. I'm not usually up at that time, so...
It's weird, man. There's something going on. I don't know if it's underground or... It's like a giant machine that's doing something.
If you say so. I don't know. I haven't heard it, so I can't really
It's weird.
testify to it.
It's very weird.
People in Canada have been hearing it, huh?
Mm-hmm. People in the United States hear it too.
Well, obviously you...
Some people hear it.
How many people you know have heard it?
I don't know any. I haven't asked everybody I know.
Oh, okay.
But you can go online. There's a bunch of people online hear it. They've been hearing it for years.
Next time I get up to piss at 6 in the morning or 2 in the morning.
Okay, the way you're gonna hear it, you can't be moving around and stuff. Like I'll be laying in the bed, and everything has to be quiet, and then you'll start hearing it. If you're gonna hear it at all, that's when you'll start hearing it.
Okay.
And I've woke up to like go to the bathroom before at night, and I'll be in the bathroom and I'll hear it, and I'll be, oh fuck, it's going. They're doing whatever it is they're doing. They're doing it tonight, and I'll go back and I'll lay down, and it'll go on for maybe like about 10 or 15 minutes. Then it'll die down. Then maybe about 15 minutes later it'll start up again, and it'll go for maybe another 15 minutes or 30 minutes. It's weird. And I've laid in bed many a night trying to figure out what the fuck it is. I can't figure it out. Because it doesn't sound like it's coming. It sounds like it's coming out of the air. I mean, you can't really tell where it's coming from. You understand what I'm saying? It's,
kind of.
It's not like you're directed. I don't know. It's like the ground. I don't know what it is. But you've never heard of this before.
Mm-mm. I have not heard that sound. You sure it's not a train?
You're so funny.
I don't know. I heard the train the other day.
No, it's not a train. I know
It was fucking mind blowing that I could hear it.
I know what a train sounds like. It's not a train, and the nearest train to tracks to where I live at are a long way away. There's no train tracks over by my house.
No?
No.
Oh, there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there is.
Where?
8 Mile, there's train tracks. There's train tracks.
8 Mile or what?
75. Or Woodward.
Well, how am I hear?
Yeah.
How am I hear at my house and you don't hear it? No, it's not. It's not a train.
Okay, so Monday is a throw up in the air.
Okay.
Because I got almost a full pound right now, so I'm going to try to move like a motherfucker over the weekend, but I don't know how it's going to go. Them stimulus checks are popping in, though, so I might be all right.
All right. I'll call.
Yeah, I still ain't got mine.
You still ain't got yours yet?
You got yours?
Yeah, I got mine. Either that or I got my wife's.
They said that.
Yeah, we just got ours, too, on the 17th. Was
Yeah,
yesterday.
17th, yeah.
They said that
I'll let you
Comerica
know.
Bank.
All right, be safe.
They said Comerica Bank hasn't released it.
Yeah, I know. Comerica, and there's a couple other banks that have
And
it.
that's who I'm with, Comerica. I don't know why won't they release the shit.
I don't know, but they released mine.
But you're not with Comerica though.
But one of us didn't get it.
Oh, okay. It might be. Oh, you're not down as married, are you?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, no, and you know what I'm saying. So she made hers.
So you might. Yeah. One of you might be still waiting.
Yeah, and I think it's her because mine said like if you looked up my stimmy, it said it was coming.
Okay.
But we looked up hers and it was like we need more information.
Well, when I looked mine up, what do they call it? My payment or whatever it's called. Get my payment or whatever it is.
Yeah.
When I looked mine up, it asked me for my social security number, and I put it in there, and it told me I was wrong. I don't know my own social security number. And then it fucked me up. I was like,
Yeah, it's the same thing with hers. So
wait a minute, it fucked
it
me
might
up.
be it might be because you're on Social Security that it might be fucked up.
No, but I didn't have any trouble getting the 600 back in
No,
December.
that's not what I meant. I meant that's why you couldn't look it up. Maybe.
I don't
have to
know.
look up hers and she's on Social Security.
But all I can say is I put in my number, and they told me it was not the correct number. And they had me fucked up for a minute, so I wouldn't got my one of my tax return
To
things.
make sure.
Yeah, it was right. I'm like, what the fuck? Got me second guessing my own social security.
I mean, it's not hard to remember. It's only like what 3?
It's 9.
I'm just kidding. Your Social Security number is 3. Get it?
Oh, okay. I was late at that party, wasn't I?
That's an old man joke. That's why.
I was late at that party.
Motherfucker was taking a nap. Oh, dude, my grandpa used to take naps. My mom, my stepmom's dad used to take naps. Like, I didn't know him very long, but he was one of those dudes. When I went and visited him, he'd like every day he'd take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Every fucking, and he'd still be to bed by 8.
I didn't start taking naps until I got about 50.
There's people that have been taking there's people that take.
But I don't take naps on a regular basis. Sometimes I just lay down and I'll fall asleep. But I don't do it every day. And I don't, some people go to sleep the same time every day. They take a nap the same time every day.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. It fucks up my schedule.
I can't either.
I don't take naps yet. I may take them as I get older. As of right now, I don't need.
Well, when I was younger, I would never take a nap. You know why? Because I thought I'd miss out on something.
Yeah. That's why I was never so drunk I didn't.
I wasn't taking no naps. I wasn't missing out on shit. Yeah, it's really weird, man.
Yeah, the look you gave me yesterday tells me you've never been insecure very much in your life, have you?
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
Like, I have to explain to baby mama all the time.
I mean, in the aspect that I had to be careful of the police was the only paranoia type thing.
That's different than not thinking you're good enough.
Yeah, it's
That's not what I'm talking
about.
about.
Yeah, I had never had a problem with self-esteem.
Yeah, I was not born with self-esteem. I think my mom was the same way.
Now, when I was about 14 and 15 for about a year, I had a little complex where if I went to a party, I sit over in the corner by myself. But it only lasted about a year, maybe a year and a half.
Well, no. I told you, like I said, especially as a teenager, if there was any chance that there could be a girl that I'd be interested in, gas automatically happened.
Yeah.
I remember just always, like, not wanting to go because I knew I'd have gas, and I never had gas any other time.
That's weird, isn't it?
It's the most fucked up thing.
You kind of psyched yourself out.
Oh, I would.
Yeah.
I would psych myself out big time.
Yeah.
Well, I put myself in a lot of positions.
But sometimes that's a good. Sometimes that helps you too.
In retrospect,
Keeps you from getting into some bad bullshit. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of relationships I might have got stuck in had I pulled triggers that I.
Dude, you would. No, you would. There's no might. You would have got stuck in. There's no might to it.
You know what I'm saying? That's definitely something I always look back on and go, yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that. Not that I'm glad, but at the time it was just like something like, okay, here's a weird one. I was with this girl, and this girl had dated my friend, one of my friends, but it was back when, high school days, and we were in our mid-20s, so it wasn't like they were
recent. Yeah.
No. But she was. I assumed she was promiscuous, but I just.
You assumed it?
No, not assumed. I was under the impression that she was. And now, as I've gotten older, I understand what it is. It's the reality of people have sex, and it's not really her fault or mine. No. Neither one's promiscuous. Neither one's at fault. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I looked at her as like she would be easy, and then I just couldn't get myself to do it. She tried to pull my cock out, and I wouldn't let her, type shit. And it was like, I don't know why.
And then later on, did you ask yourself, why did I do that?
I ask myself now, why did I do that? Because there's no, in retrospect, now that I know who I am. Back then, I did it because I didn't want her to see what I was ashamed of.
Yeah, because you were young.
I was young. I didn't know. Not many people had seen it.
Yeah.
I hadn't had a lot of, the looks that you get sometimes when you see a girl that actually wants to be with you and not a girl that you want to be with. Because that's what my life was most of the time. It's just I was attracted to this person, and I never even gave him a chance to ever even know me.
That feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm mad because why didn't you know? It's like, well, I didn't fucking tell him. I wasn't an adult about it. Which all goes back
to that's that whole relationship thing. It's just even friendship. When I say relationships, I mean maybe a girl or something, or it could even be a friend.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of obligated to acknowledge them and kind of go along with the group. And
no, I don't live that way no more.
Yeah, but when I was young, that's how I found out about sex.
What?
Because of other kids.
Oh, well, see, that's the thing. When I was a kid, I told you, we've already talked about it on the show before. I was licking my first pussy at 8. You know what I'm saying? We had naked clubs. There was...
But what? So then why later on were you...
So ashamed of... Because I got so scolded for it.
Oh.
It became this thing that I'm not supposed to do.
The evil.
Yeah, and again, I want to do it all the time.
Yeah, they told you the evil.
Yeah, and then it becomes, okay, well, now it's just lack of confidence because I just don't have... I don't have the person who is actually telling me I'm a good person there anymore. Everything I hear now is just negative reinforcement. They don't have... My parents... My dad and my stepmom didn't know how to talk to children. They just assumed you were an adult. And it's like, the fuck? So they treated you in the same respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, every word... Because I see things that kids do nowadays, and it blows, like, dude, my dad would have backhanded me so many fucking times. And again, we're not talking about being a dick. We're not talking about stealing. We're not talking stuff like that. We're talking just normal
life
being
shit.
a fucking kid.
Doing kid shit.
Yeah, where you just ignore the kid and you let him do his thing because he's a fucking kid. I'd have got beat the fuck down.
Yeah.
So it's like, why didn't I have any stuff? Well, because I wasn't allowed to ever be who I am.
Yeah.
The moment I was me, I got slapped in the face for it.
So you felt that you were doing something wrong when you were being you.
Yeah, well, I felt like the me was
Or you suffered for it.
I felt like me was wrong, and I needed to figure out who I was, because the person I am now is not the, you could. It was more like I'm not good enough, obviously, because I'm not getting any kind of reinforcement.
You got a positive reinforcement.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's just I'm just not good enough, and eventually it just became the narrative.
Yeah.
Gotta be something better. Like, you gotta go to college. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. All the shit my parents didn't do.
Yeah, but they wanted.
Yeah. On top of that, go to college, but I'm not gonna give you my social security number so you can fucking file or get loans.
They want you to pull up your bootstraps.
Yeah, and go to college in the time when college is $40,000.
Yeah.
Like, I lived in Holly. You know how hard it is to go, like, and then again, I'm not trying to make excuses. College is not my thing. Either way you would have looked at it, even if Grandpa would have paid for it, I probably would have failed.
That's not, yeah.
I'm not good at school.
Right. Me either.
So
I'm not good at some things at school.
yeah. No. What the fuck does that mean?
Who is that?
Brett.
Snow no.
I don't fucking know. No, and he's got a emoji doing this, like questioning it.
So is it gonna snow?
No.
Maybe
he texted me. Did you text me? Because if you texted me, I didn't see your text. That's probably what it is. He probably wants cookies. But yeah, but either way, so my whole life was pretty much no self-confidence, and even to this day, it's something I still fight with.
Yeah.
On a regular basis.
Yeah.
Reminding myself that that's where the negative thoughts come from, or the fake thoughts are not real. And another thing, when I said that too, it's not just, they're not real. No, they're not real. Understand why they're not real anymore, because either one, they're the past. You're either one, romancing the past, or you're two, romancing the future.
Okay.
That's what most thoughts are.
Okay.
They're thoughts about the past, or they're thoughts about what's going to happen next. And neither of those things exist anymore. Or
haven't existed yet.
They haven't existed yet. So I used to have...
That's that now thing.
Dude, I used to sit at home at times and have conversations with people. Like especially if it was like I had a mess up where I felt like I embarrassed myself in front of my peers. I'd lay in bed for 3 hours just going over
thinking about it.
15 different ways I could have said it the other way.
Yeah.
If they're cool or not cool or this or that.
Yeah.
Like,
your mind just racing.
1,000, and it's just like that was the main thought at that time, and understanding that even to this day when I embarrass myself, which I still do, obviously, but I don't. Those thoughts come up, and I just, let that go. It ain't there no more. I was a fraction of the human I was in my 20s. I was motivated and a hard worker, but confidence-wise, I had none of it. Experienced none of it. And now, it's just to think about the person. So that's most people, though.
Yeah.
I think most people are more like me than they are like you.
I don't know.
No, I think most people hide. For one, especially someone who acts out, because usually that means that it is insecurities, and they're using whatever they're doing to try to cover it. Yeah. You seem like a confident person, and you've been confident, but you're not the type of person. It's just there's a difference. You can tell the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's now, and now I've met people too as I've grown to meet more people.
I think I had a relatively I failed a couple times in school. I never did anything reckless or crazy. Usually when I was with guys and they want to do something crazy, I would go home. I had that instinct. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I had a pretty good childhood. My dad started making money, so he started giving me gifts, and I had nice clothes, I had a car, I had all that kind of, you know.
It's the I screwed it up. It's supposed to be smoking with Rudy, and my spell check made it smo no with Rudy.
That's what he was. But yeah, see, my problem was I could never make enough money. I've never made enough money in my life. That's the only thing.
Do you think you would have had that problem if you were white? If you look back,
Probably. I probably would still have that problem.
you just blow it.
No, I never made it to blow it.
How did you never make it?
I'm talking about real money.
Oh well, that's the thing. Like,
I'm talking about real
that's
money.
more
You understand
luck
what I
than
mean?
anything else. I think most people I think we have a misunderstanding of.
I was always on the doorstep of it.
We're 2 generations in from the baby boomers.
Yeah.
Think about that. The greatest generation was 3 generations ago.
Yeah.
That's 2 generations that have been living off of that greatest generation.
Yep. Now, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't change much in my life. That'd be the only thing I'd change. Is
No, I
a
wouldn't
little
change any of it.
a little bit more money. That I could have done more stuff that I really wanted to do. I wanted to travel. I started traveling the minute I left high school. I went to California. I went to Texas. I went to Canada. I went to Alaska.
Dude,
all over.
see, that's something I would I thought about it. I wanted to because I was in the kitchen. And in the kitchen, you can go get a job anywhere.
Oh, in Alaska. Oh man.
Well, I wasn't ever going to Alaska.
Oh, but you would have had a hell of a job.
I know. I was going to the South.
Culinary, because they needed.
Yeah, they need people. Culinary is one of those things where you can go anywhere,
It was 24-hour kitchen.
especially in that.
It was a
at that age.
24-hour kitchen. Within 24 hours, I could go to the kitchen and get whatever I wanted. A steak, some lobster, some crab, whatever. Salmon, whatever. 24 hours. It was always open.
All for the.
So, you know, they had plenty of cooks and...
This is an oil guy, right? Or oil line?
Yeah.
Steaks.
They had a 24-hour movie. They had like portable housing like units. And they had 24 hours a day movies ran. You just go in there and sit and look at the movie. And they were first run movies.
Oh wow.
You could fly from Alaska to Hawaii for $25.
How?
The oil company set up like that. So when guys wanted to take a couple of weeks off, you had to take a couple of weeks off every 6 or 8 weeks.
Yeah, so you didn't burn out.
Right. So because they found out people were going nuts and people were having accidents and shit.
Yeah, you had a couple weeks in, you started losing.
Right. So they made it, so you can go to Paradise for a couple of weeks for $25. Who didn't go? That's why it was a lot of weed from Hawaii.
That's the problem. If you'd have ended up, you might have never came back.
Actually, to be honest with you, I almost didn't come back from up there.
No, I meant if you'd have gone to Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
You might not have come back.
I might not have.
Yeah, I
But all my friends that were living in Hawaii, they all left Hawaii. They said it's becoming too commercial.
I mean, what'd you expect? It's no land, and it's one of the most beautiful places on the planet. Weather there is amazing.
Yep,
On a regular basis.
it is.
Same with San Diego. I have been to neither.
I've never been to San Diego. That's the one place in California I didn't go.
That's a military
When I lived there.
place. It's pretty conservative
Yeah.
too.
Michael was there. He was stationed there, I believe.
Was
My
he?
brother, yeah. I think he's stationed in San Diego. He been to the Philippines.
Yeah, they tell you not to go?
He didn't tell me not to go. I figured that out for myself.
Fuck that.
That girl still calls me though.
Of course
She's
she
a
does.
she's a good person. She's a nice person though, really.
I know.
You know. But
that's the problem with this world. Everyone's fucking nice. It's just for some stupid reason some people get to live nice and some don't.
Yeah, it's a shame. The poverty.
It's amazing how they never talk about the fact that there's a percentage of people who just basically get whatever they want whenever they want, and they turn out fine. But you try to do that with poor people, and it's just going to corrupt them. Or, like I heard this guy talking, because you know how Yang wants to do the $1,000 a month?
Yeah.
Well, Aang has a very articulate way of going through his plan and how it wouldn't raise inflation, how rents wouldn't go up.
He has a plan that's...
No, it's more about, this is like the reality of how things work. If you give people $1,000, it gives them more power. So they can not live in that area where the dude's charging that much. Then his market goes away because he has no one who can live there.
Right.
Or no one wants to live there because they can go live over here.
Yeah, right.
They have a choice
They
to
go
live
to
where
a
they
better
want.
place.
Yeah, instead of being trapped to one place. But the guy didn't look at it that way. In his mind, you just, if I give you $1,000, I'm just going to charge you $1,000 for a coffee.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not how...
Yeah.
Just shoot that dude and throw him over the fucking bridge.
It's been going on, man.
Seriously, man. If that's how you gotta live, every time someone gets something, you gotta take it from them.
But that's the problem. Every time you move one of those guys out, another guy takes his place, man. That's the problem with...
No, that's the problem with our fucking government is the fact that people aren't being taken out.
No, our problem is that we're a capitalist society.
Well, no, we're not. No, I like how this one guy puts it. We are definitely not a capitalist society. Because if you look at how the companies are treated, all companies get all that individualism on the way up, and as soon as they start to fail, they get bailed the fuck out and they never fail.
Yeah.
So it's socialism on the way down.
Yeah.
For the top 1%.
Exactly.
And just them. So it's neither capitalism or socialism.
Is it socialism or favoritism?
Neither of them. It's cronyism.
And see, that's the point.
Money
I've
becomes
seen
more
it so
powerful than anything else.
And it's always going to go on in the society because this society is set up for that system.
Set up by them.
Yes, for that system to exist. And that system shuts a lot of people out from prosperity.
But it wasn't there. In the 50s and 60s, they had started moving it towards the other way. That's the thing that's fucked up, is it started going back the other way to more of a reasonable society, not this basically money gets you whatever you want type shit. Or
But it was all an illusion.
it was, to an extent.
It still is.
It wasn't, because if you look at the numbers, actually, in the 50s and 60s, they just spent money better.
Yeah, but see, in the 50s and the 60s, they shut out a lot of people.
Yes,
A lot of
they did.
people were shut out. That was a system that nobody complained about it.
You're right. I guess.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody complained about it. It was just the way it was. Because stuff didn't really start getting, for minorities, stuff didn't really start changing until probably the early 60s. That's when they started letting black guys get executive positions and get a lot of black guys in law school and medical school. They let them in. So it set up a middle class, black middle class.
And then that middle class that it set up, black and white and Asian, basically said, fuck everyone else, we don't want them to join us. Only our kids can have it.
Yeah, because they were selfish.
Yeah.
They were selfish and they were... You know, it's easy for us to sit up
It
here
is very easy for me
and
to
say,
preach.
for us to say what we're saying.
Especially since I lived a pretty good life. I was white in America. On top of that, my dad sucked, but I always had food.
You're
and
right.
A house.
Exactly.
I had some clothes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You didn't starve.
I know a lot of people in my life that I've met whose lives were... like, things that happened to me when I was young, people, like, still blows my mind that my parents thought I was going to kill them. Like, I never, like, went that way, but I could see how if I was hungry, it might have changed things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, I see what you mean.
if I was hungry, if it wasn't just material things that I strive for, because again, material things, as much as I wanted them, they were just my father. My father loved material things, so I love material things.
Yeah.
The reality
he
is,
supplied material
I
things.
don't like material things. I don't like that kind of shit. I like weed. I like things that are so like. I like things.
Yeah.
I don't like. I don't have to have them, but I thought I did.
You don't have to have all of the
Yeah.
accoutrements.
But I always had food. I always
Yeah.
had enough to eat. Always. But if I had
Didn't
been
go hungry.
starving, I probably would have turned to a different life.
But had a different
Yeah.
standard life.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people in this world starving.
I know.
By the time
I got to a point where I was starving, I'd already gotten past the point of I'd already never hit anybody, so it was already too late.
But just imagine. See, one thing about America, if you get up in the morning and do what you gotta do, you can exist in this country and live decently. But a lot of these other countries, man, they're trapped in poverty. They ain't got no way out. No way. And they're in true poverty.
I know, but I'm sick of people talking as if it's much better odds here. Because you're right, it is true poverty, and your odds are 1 in quadrillion to get out of poverty there, right? Or say, let's be realistic, 1 in 50 million.
It's
1 in 50 million get out of poverty, and that's a high number.
I would
Here,
say
it's still 1 in 30. And granted, it's not
not
poverty.
the same poverty.
It's not the same poverty.
It's nowhere near it.
But poverty's poverty.
Dude, no.
I'm telling you.
No, it's not. It's not.
There are
The
still
poorest motherfucker in this country lives
in
like
a
a king.
tent.
Lives like a king
And-
compared to millions of people around the world.
that doesn't excuse it.
No, I'm not saying that excuses it.
Because
I'm saying we don't even know what real poverty
But
is.
it's just living in a tent. Think about that. That's the bottom of the bottom here. You're living in a fucking tent in Skid Row
yeah.
around a bunch of fucking psychos. What's that? What's different than a fucking shack city in India than that?
No, it's a big difference. But first of all, are you there because of something you did or because of society's?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does matter.
Why?
Because you might be mentally ill, and that's why you're there.
Okay.
Okay? But what I'm saying to you is, you talking about having a tent. I'm talking about people who don't have a tent. They don't have a bed. They don't have a pillow. They sleep on concrete in a hole in the ground. Do you hear what I'm saying?
And
That's a lot of people.
it starts with tent cities.
A lot of people are living like that in these third world countries.
And a lot of them are happier.
And they have no...
Hold on. But a lot of those people are still happier than the people in our country.
Yeah, because they don't know any better.
It's not about knowing any better. They also have a different belief system.
They're happy because...
They have a different belief system.
They do, but...
Where they don't put... that's
You
another...
can't put a happy face on this.
What?
On this kind of poverty.
There's no happy
they might smile at you and laugh and run around and play like they're happy because they are to a certain degree, but they are like enslaved. They got chains on them. They cannot get out of the situation. It's like the untouchables in India. They can't get out of the situation they're in.
I know, because of the caste system.
It's crazy.
And I'm not saying that's right.
No, I know you're not.
That's what I'm
No,
not saying.
I know
But
you're
I
not.
don't like people using poverty from other countries as an example of why we shouldn't worry about our poverty.
Oh no, and I don't mean that.
Because that's what they do. They like to go,
no.
well, you could live in India.
No.
It's like, but that's not the point, though.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody, first of all.
But you start at home. You start fixing yourself before you fix abroad.
Exactly.
It's the same as a human. If you're a human, you have to fix you,
Before you can help anybody else.
period. You can't help anybody. You need to put the mask on your fucking face.
And then after that, you need to learn how to help other people.
Yeah, you
That's
shouldn't
another
help
thing,
because
too.
your help might, what you did to fix yourself probably is not going to work for
But
somebody
for
else.
somebody else. Yeah, that's an
I guarantee you
individual
what
thing.
I did isn't going to work for you. I can almost put money on it. Because we're just two different people from two different worlds.
Yeah, life is weird.
Nah, it's not weird. It's good.
It's weird.
With
dude.
all the complexities.
It's weird, dude. It's a whole weird thing that really don't have any meaning at all. It really doesn't. It doesn't have any meaning.
Nope.
Because
You're here to feed the fucking trees.
you're here just to keep the cycle going. That's all you're here
Yeah,
to do.
you're here to feed the plant.
Yeah, to keep the cycle going, and then you're gone, and something else comes, and I don't know if you come back or not.
You
It's a
know,
possibility you might.
You might.
It's a possibility you might not. It's a possibility when you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. Well, there's not even nothing.
Alan Watts said the one that got me, that I've always had in my head, it's one of those thoughts that I let stay in, is if you're trying to think about what life is going to be like after death, all you have to do is imagine what life was like before birth.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Exactly. Yeah.
I stopped caring. I stopped worrying about whether or not I'm ever... Because that was something like... I thought I was going to see my mom again. No, why hold on to something like that?
Yeah.
Till I'm 80 and then I croak and then I find out like there's nothing there. I mean, even then, there's nothing there, so it don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But if I'm wrong and she is there, then bonus. But even then, is she gonna be mad at me? Is she gonna be the same person?
You know what? It almost has to be something there, though. And the reason why I say that is because what is this all for? It's got to be something. It might be minute, whatever it is, but it's got to be something there. Well, what is it all about? You understand what I'm saying? What's the point in life if there's nothing after you die? What is the whole point? It's just a futile act of what? Just to keep this thing going? Because that's all it would be.
It could be. I don't know.
Wow, that's deep.
It could be.
That's
At the
deep.
same time, you could be right. There could be another plane of existence, another dimension that we can ascend to. So,
I don't know what that would be like.
who the fuck knows? Maybe it's like your dreams.
This tastes good.
Maybe it's your dreams. Something a world you always can have control over. Maybe that's why we come into the bodies.
Is
because
that
we lose
maybe
control,
that's the reason why we have to sleep?
so we can connect to ourselves.
Maybe that's why we have to sleep.
I've thought about that. Yeah, we reset. Everything starts over. Your brain's able to clear everything up to the whatever the fuck it is. Because up is the wrong way to look at it.
Yeah.
Up is the wrong way to look at it.
Yeah, it is. It's our archaic way of looking at it.
Yes, but and then that's why you're not awake or you're not conscious in your dreams most of the time, is because your body's trying to repair itself, and it's just we've forgotten how, because it's something that has to be taught. In the same way meditation, in the same way that a guru in Bali says he can travel from one plane of existence
to another
plane of existence.
Right.
There's people out there that claim you can do that. It just has to be taught. It takes a lot of effort. So maybe that's what enlightenment is being able to live in your dreams.
Well, that's definitely a part of it. That's definitely a part of it. But it's vast. So
It'd be
you could never figure out really what it is, because it's too vast to figure out. Our minds aren't capable of really understanding what it's all about. If we could understand that, we wouldn't be here.
I don't think that's true.
Or
I
it
think
is.
minds are capable of doing it. It just takes work, like everything else.
No. You can't go there until you're prepared to go.
Unless you can leave your body,
Even then,
you're still connected.
yeah, because until it's time for you to really go there, you can't go there. You can't.
What about mushrooms?
No.
What about DMT?
Those are just stepping stones to enlighten you for when you really go. It gives you what is it, like what do they call them? A primer? A primer? Yeah, that's all that is. To give you an idea of what you're going to face later on. And everybody are privileged enough to have that experience. Now, I think you have to live a while to have that experience. And when I say live a while, I mean more than one life to have that experience.
How do you know?
Because if you have it too soon, it'll just blow your mind. You'll just be gone.
Yeah, but the mind's not. Is the all right? Well, if the consciousness is different, separated from the body,
Then where is the mind at? Is the mind with the consciousness or the
I don't
body?
know. That's what this book's about.
The mind is with the body.
This book talks about that.
Yeah, the
About
mind.
separating the mind
Yeah.
from the brain.
Yeah, it's two different entities.
Yeah, I know. That's ego too.
Yeah.
I'm really on the tip that the ego is the body.
That's what I think. The body and the mind to a certain degree. Not the brain, but the mind to a certain degree.
No, I think the mind is separate.
But it has to. It tells the body what to do and when to do it.
What does?
The mind.
No.
Sure.
No. That's what this book tells you, is that your thoughts are happening before you know they're happening.
Of course.
So that's the thing. Thoughts are coming out of places before you can even perceive.
You're having thoughts that you forgot that you had just recently.
No. I meant the thought you had for that sentence was already in your head
Before I said it.
before you said it, before you even thought about it. It came from somewhere.
Yeah, it was predestined. We're back to the simulation. I'm telling you, it all leads back to the simulation. We're back to the simulation.
Maybe you're right.
Now, if it's the simulation, then you have more than one life, for sure.
What if you don't want more than one?
Oh, you might. I don't know if you have that choice or not. You might. I don't know. Maybe that's why some people commit suicide. Maybe that's why some babies are born dead. You understand what I'm saying?
Stillbirths?
Mm-hmm. You die before you really have any real life experiences. So then do you come back if that's what the program is?
It's just
So what about...
the universe is so infinite.
It is, and it's...
So you take that into account, and then you take into account that your consciousness might just be an electrical spark. It might be a ball, little tiny dot of energy that leaves the body. You know what I'm saying? And goes wherever it just, like all energy.
Without a doubt. That's weird.
So you might not know where you could. That might be why it's so hard to relive your past lives or go back into them, is because you can't comprehend them because they're from universes you can't understand.
That could be part of it, yeah. I could see that.
And if that's the case, then there has to be a universe that has already figured that out, and they know how to stop it from happening.
And they know how to control it. Simulation. Yes.
Simulation again.
I'm telling you, man, something is running this.
Right.
Believe me, it's not out of control. Something has control. Something is driving this. Even for us to have these thoughts, think about what you're thinking about. You're thinking about consciousness. Just to have that thought. Why are we having these thoughts? There's a plan for all your thoughts. At least that's what I believe. Just like you said. What did you just tell me? Before I say something, I thought about it first.
And this lady was talking about it on one of the podcasts. I got to read the book. it's not really that easy to understand. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when you're talking about consciousness and stuff like that, it's gonna
not. It's hard to fathom it because you don't want to.
Yeah. Or it's just hard to.
All right. How about this? We entered the Hash Bash Cup.
Okay.
Right? How about we could maybe make a pamphlet and try to put it at some of the grow shops around, some of the head shops, maybe do an ad in Metro Times, something like that, and then maybe do something on Facebook. But we could try to do a caregiver. Well, there's already a caregiver cup. What should we call it?
We'll work something out. We'll give it some thought, so that so it have a meaning to the name.
But the gig, is that we'll do all reviews live on the air.
Ah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll try to have, because we'll get
I like that.
Get a couple grams, and we'll do all the reviews. Because it won't be very much. We'll only need an eighth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? An eighth. And whatever, and we'll come up with some kind of cup. Maybe turn one of these jars into a cup. You know what I'm saying? Like, type thing.
Make it a name.
Hmm?
Do it up.
Yeah, I got someone that could probably paint it up for us real nice.
Mm-hmm. That'd be nice. Have the year on it and all that, pertinent information on it.
Yeah. And then we'd have to have the same person's testing with us every time. So depending on how many people and the cup, and we'd only do flour because we're not very good at. We're not the people you want testing that other shit.
You're right.
So it's just flour.
Stick to what we know.
Yeah, just flour.
Yeah.
So
stick to what
that's
we
got to
know.
go in the name of the cup.
Got you.
It's just flour. And then, yeah.
I like the way you think.
Winner of each division gets to come on the show.
Yeah, I like the way
I
you
mean,
think.
that's not really that big of a fucking prize, but
it's something.
It's something.
And who knows? Maybe there might be some other things down the pipe.
So we're gonna tag the shit out of High Times when we do our reviews, because we're gonna do all the fucking. When I go buy that kit, we're gonna do every review online live. So
cool.
That's the plan.
I like it.
At least me and you, because it's only a gram.
Right.
So that's one joint.
Right.
So it'll probably be just me and you, and I will, because I got to write my own scores, and then you'll do your scores, and we'll figure it out. But yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's gonna be some that are gonna be twos right down the line, and I'm just gonna be like, let's just put that right there. But yeah, all right.
If
I like anybody comes up with a name, let us know in the comments or whatever. But some kind of little cup, just a local thing, nothing special. Low battery, always low battery.